Hi there, my name is Alex Moroz, and during this video tutorial you will learn how to maximize the performance from your Radeon HD 7850 video card. To be more specific, we are going to talk about Diamond Radeon HD 7850 with 2GB version on it with 2 fans on it. Diamond Multimedia has 2 versions for Radeon HD 7850. One version has single fan and another has dual fan on it. I suggest you to buy a dual fan version of Diamond Radeon HD 7850 2GB, and I hope you did. Dual fan version can operate cooler and quieter due to lower rotation per minute on each fan. Dual single fan version will need to compensate the same temperature but with the higher rotation per minute, which is of course generates the more noise. So dual fan version is a great choice for a video card because it is quiet comparing to a single fan version video card. So keep this tip for future video card shopping. So today we are going to talk about maximizing the performance from your video card, which is Radeon HD 7850. So how are we going to do so? Well, maximizing the performance can be done through the software and hardware tweaking some components on a video card. This process called overclocking. So we're going to learn overclocking, or how to tweak the GPU frequency. GPU stands for graphic processor unit, by the way, for those who doesn't know, and it's acting like a CPU, and CPU stands for central processor unit, and CPU is a chip that plugging into the socket of the motherboard, while the GPU is a chip that plugging into socket on your video card. And basically the CPU do all the calculation on your operating system, and basically like accessing the data from the hard drive and playing the music and etc. Like playing the music, I mean not the playing itself music, it goes through the audio card, but basically processing the music to a video to the audio card, or processing the graphics, some part of the graphics to a video card. So it's basically in the center of GPU and audio card and video card and memory, but GPU is something that on the center of the video card. So GPU plug into the video card board and do all the calculation with the 3D graphics and with the floating calculation and crazy math calculation, while CPU can be free for more tasks. So you got an idea, right, folks? Alright, so let's call increasing the frequency on a GPU overclocking GPU, and increasing the frequency on a memory, which is video memory on a video card, located on a video card, is overclocking the video memory. To be able to increase the frequency or make higher pulsing on a GPU and memory, so basically increasing the frequency, it's like making higher pulsing, the pulsing of that current between the different components in the video card. We will need more voltage. Perfectly makes sense. During this video I will apply safe voltage to a video card that could not give any harm to it. However, keep this in mind that you are doing it on your own risk and expenses. I will also give you ideas how to go beyond the limits of safe mark, but it will be up to you and your video card if it can take it or not. So basically we're going to talk mostly about safe method and techniques of overclocking or maximizing performance on your video card. Please keep in mind that method and techniques that I will teach you in a second can be applied to any brand of Radeon HD 7850. Some of the techniques can be applied to a different series of video cards like Radeon HD 7870, 7950 and even 7970. Alright, so let's go ahead and learn how to overclock. The first step what I'm going to ask you will be to Google for 2 popular freeware softwares in overclocking community. They're free and easy to understand and use, and I used those softwares for about 5 years and had no problems at all. Those 2 software called MSI Afterburner and GPU-Z. After your download of software is finished, go ahead and install it. Alright, I'm assuming that you downloaded and installed the software. you can see the icons on my desktop in the left corner right here. However, icons may change from time to time, but you got an idea, right? Now I'm going to give you a brief introduction to a software and what we are going to do with it. Let's go ahead and open GPU-Z. Excellent tool and free, by the way, that hold the full information about your video card, all the information that you need to know. We're looking our card at manufacturer stock values right now, so this is going to be our default settings, so please keep that in mind. You can see the video card series, GPU chip code name, technology, release date, BIOS version, device ID, ROP units. What is the ROP unit? Let me just give you a basic introduction. It is processed pixel fragments that are stored in a card memory or video memory, GDDR5, ready to be resolved into completed screen pixels for output onto your display. This task is handled by ROP units, which are inside of your GPU. So just little units that are inside of your GPU before the pixel getting rendered on the screen. So you got an idea, right? The more those pixel ROP units you have, the faster pixels can be rendered. So it's great to have more. And our Radeon HD 7850 and other brands Radeon HD 7850 will have 32 ROP units. However, there are some other factors to it, like unified shader streaming processors, as you can see, which is 1024. As you can see, for Radeon 7850 for this brand, Diamond brand, and for other brands, which represent is heavy calculating engine for our GPU. This is also important factor when it comes to how fast pixels will be rendered to your screen. GPU frequency and memory video frequency, which is GDDR5, in our case are also important when it comes to how fast the video card is. So you get an idea, right? A lot of those things are not going to change during the overclocking, but the things below it, such as pixel fill rate, texture fill rate, bandwidth, which is memory bandwidth of our GDDR5, GPU frequency, memory frequency, which is video memory frequency, GDDR5 is again, those things are going to change to higher values during our overclock, as we will increase frequency on GPU and video memory. As you can see right now there, it's stuck, which is for GPU frequency 860 megahertz, and for memory frequency, video memory frequency is 1200 megahertz. Those things are going to change to higher values during our overclock. Of course, it will result into higher calculation processing and higher frame rates in the games. So keep an eye on those values while you're overclocking to get approximate results of performance for overclocking. Keep an eye. But as again, it is approximate, and in the different games it will be reflected totally different. So also test it with some benchmarks after each overclock to get an idea what is your performance boost, and GPU temperature is a great idea. Alright, let's go ahead and see how we will increase the voltage, increasing the frequency on GPU and increasing the frequency on the video memory, which is GDDR5, and learn how to do a simple and advanced overclocking, because I feel like we are already knowledgeable about the technology that is behind the video card cover. Right, guys? Alright, let's go ahead and jump in. You want to click the right click of your mouse button somewhere on the desktop away from icons. Make sure you're not clicking on the icon. And select Catalyst Control Center, just the way I do it. Keep in mind that this is the name in Catalyst 12.11 driver. AMD may change the name maybe in a year or so. Everything is changing in these days, right? But we need to learn how to adapt. But Get an idea what you're looking for. And the basic idea is that you're looking for GPU frequency values, memory frequency values, and power voltage values, which is power control settings in our case for Catalyst 12.11 driver. So the next thing what I'm going to do is click on performance tab like so, and click on AMD Overdrive tab like so. However, this may change in a year or so, as again, it is depends when you're watching this video. But as again, you got an idea of what you're looking for. An idea is GPU frequency, memory frequency, voltage, and fan control. It will open a lot of options to tweak and monitor, as you can see over here. As again, we're looking to tweak GPU clock values, memory clock values, power setting control or voltage, and the fan rotation values in the manual control. So we can make our video card quiet by decreasing fan speed rotation values, or to make it cool by increasing fan rotation values. Manipulating fan values option is available. If you will select manual fan control, just check mark it. First thing what we are going to do when we are overclocking to give more power voltage throughout our power setting control. So video card will be stable at adjusting GPU frequency and video memory frequency and will have enough of voltage to do so. The next thing we are going to manipulate with GPU frequency values by adjusting it plus 10 MHz steps. This is my law when I'm overclocking video cards. Adjust your GPU clock by plus 10 MHz steps and then test it. I can tell you that 1000 MHz will be stable with plus 20% on our power setting management voltage increase. But you're welcome to increase it by 10 plus 10 MHz steps all the way till you will reach your maximum stable GPU frequency by testing it with 3D Mark, Benchmark, or with your favorite games. If there is no freezes, adjust it by plus 10 MHz more and test it again. If you see the freezes or blue screen or black screen or computer will restart after 20 minutes of playing your favorite game, then you will need to decrease your GPU frequency by 10 megahertz or minus 10 megahertz. Just, take away 10 megahertz and then benchmark it and test it again. Make sure it's stable. If it's continuous unstable, again back up by minus 10 megahertz more. Don't worry, it will not hurt your video card. It is designed for it. Find your maximum stable GPU clock. Mine was 1040 megahertz, but some people claiming that there were 1100 megahertz even, but with MSI Radeon HD 7850 cards. So you may get lucky to have it too. However, 1000 MHz stable GPU clock is possible for 99% Diamond Radeon HD 7850 GPU chips out there. Cool news, huh, folks? So go ahead and set it to 1000 MHz at least. It is what manufacturer saves to make sure video cards are stable enough. It's just their gap, safety gap, I will call it like that. For Diamond Radeon HD 7850 2GB Dual Fan Edition video cards, I suggest you to manually set fan to 40% for up to 1050 MHz. That's what I tested, and my maximum temperature and maximum load was 70 degrees Celsius after 3-4 hours playing Battlefield 3. It will be cool and quiet for sure. If you're looking to increase your GPU frequency beyond 1050 MHz, Then you will need to increase your fan to, I would say, 60%, but you can try 50%. And watch the temperature in MSI Afterburner utility with GPU temperature in OSD or basically enabled, so you can see it rendered to the screen while you're playing your favorite game. You can see the temperature of the GPU monitored, or if you're testing it through the 3D Mark Vantage benchmark. We will talk about MSI Afterburner in a minute or so, and I will explain to you much better. I hope you got an idea, right? After finding maximum stable GPU clock, it is time to move to your video memory GDDR5 overclocking by increasing memory clock frequency. As again, my low for overclocking the video memory is plus 20 megahertz steps increase. GPU plus 10, memory plus 20 megahertz steps increase, till I will find the maximum stable frequencies. Plus 20, plus 20, plus 20. If it's artifacting, back up, minus 20, and etc. till it's stable. I would say that 99% of Radeon 7850 will have GDDR5 memory that is capable of 1300 megahertz at least. And Diamond Radeon HD 7850 dual fan ones will go to 1400 megahertz easy. So go ahead and set it to 1400 megahertz. Test it. If it's stable, then go ahead and increase it by 20 megahertz. Test it, stable, increase it by 20 megahertz, test it, stable. Mine was stable up to 1450 megahertz all the way. All the frequency for the memory driver is allowed for the Diamond Radeon HD 7850. As again, tested for about 30 minutes on GPU and memory in 3D Mark Vantage or your favorite games. When memory is not stable, it shows artifacts like little dots or lines on the screen. You can see it's like an awkward pixels. You will see it. If you see that, please decrease your overclock by 20 megahertz, minus 20 from the value that you have, and test it again. Usually if you see the artifacts on the screen like those dots and lines, minus 40 megahertz will take care of it from that value that you set. Hope you got an idea, right? You can always reset at any time any overclocks and settings adjustments by clicking on the Defaults button in the Catalyst Control Center. Remember that. You can always reset at any time any overclocks and settings adjustments by clicking the Defaults button in the Catalyst Control Center under the AMD Overdrive tab. So video card will go to its manufacturer values automatically. Alright, now let's talk about MSI Afterburner utility and why we need this software. It is free. It is good. While MSI Afterburner has same features as Catalyst Control Center, AMD Overdrive, as you saw already, only it has more usable features, such as show FPS, GPU frequency, GPU temperature, fan percentage rotation, FPS, which is frames per second, for those who didn't know, fan percentage rotation to the screen while you are playing your favorite 3D game or doing 3D Mark Vantage benchmarks, so you can monitor. It's useful stuff basically to monitor your GPU temperature during the maximum heavy load and FPS increase. Alright, as you can see, here are basic features of overclocking that we just saw in AMD Overdrive under the Catalyst Control Center, right? You can use MSI Afterburner instead of AMD Overdrive as well, if you want. But as again, if you're looking for basic overclocking without crazy overclocks, then we want MSI Afterburner for monitoring purposes features to show on-screen display while we're playing our favorite game or testing on our favorite benchmark. Just make sure you enable it. And just go ahead and read the FAQ help file on MSI Afterburner, but let me go ahead and show you some basics and explain to you some basics. Here's some ideas how to do so. You can show FPS or frame per second on screen display by check mark it like I just did, or do not show it by uncheck it, like here we go. Same thing goes for every other values. So you get an idea, right? Try to play with those values. Then enter your games and see how on-screen display values will change. You can change the corners, it will display color and etc. and size. It's a useful tool, folks. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching. I think I gave you a good knowledge about maximizing performance for your video card or overclocking your video card. You got the basic knowledge, at least without crazy loud music on the background and fast mouse clicks, click, 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 click. I hope everybody got an idea. And if you're not, please just skip this video. Or if you didn't get an idea, please replay the video, or you're welcome to ask any questions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Alex Moroz, and I hope it helped you to increase or maximize your video card performance by at least 10-25%. This video tutorial was recorded with the software that was developed by me, and it's called Moroz Video Capture Software. I will go ahead and put more information in the video description below if you're interested, but you can basically record your own video tutorials with my software, and it's affordable. Please thumbs up for my time and effort that I dedicated to this video tutorial, and subscribe for more goodies. You're welcome to check my second channel, which is Moroz Academy, in the video description link below. And Moroz Academy is fully dedicated to IT. Good luck until the next time.